showtime.
Only slabs.
Hey there, comic book friends and fiends. It's Slabber Day. It's Memorial Day weekend. You have lots of things that you could be doing, but you're here with us. Why? Because best giveaway box. That's why. And because of Chris the Comic Vet. How you doing there, Chris?
I'm good. And thank you for saying that. And happy Memorial Day weekend to everyone and to the veterans out there.
Well, Memorial Day is for those that aren't with us any longer. We have Veterans Day, which is for the veterans who had previously served but are still alive. Memorial Day for those who served and never made it out. And then we also have Armed Services Day for those who are active doing. They're all uniquely individual.
What do you guys call November 11th down there?
That's Veterans Day. So that's
Veterans Day down there?
That's
Okay.
anyone who's served, period, right?
Yeah.
And technically excluding active duty. Active duty have their own day, and then this is for those who made the ultimate sacrifice. Jason, how are you, sir? Southern Comic Geek, our guest today. Yes.
What is going on, folks? Hey, this has got to be a first for Only Slabs. Not only for me, because I've appeared twice on the show formerly known as, well, we won't mention it. Never appeared on Only Slabs. So
that's okay. That company, I haven't seen them, any evidence of them at all. So I'm happy to say we used to be Slab Hub. We improved.
Yeah. Upgraded.
And so here I am in the back of the car, sacrificing for the good people to show some good, sexy slabs today, or hopefully you think they're sexy. From the back of my car, and we've got all plugged up, Rob. So we're good to go now. So.
Awesome sauce. Well, we are going to say hello to the chat because that's the thing that we do here. Chris, before I do say hello to the chat, though, as you have appointed yourself the resident historian, is this in fact our first guest? I'll emphasize guest because you may have, I'm pretty sure you have co-hosted from the car before. So have we had a guest broadcast from their vehicle before?
Never.
There you go.
No, we have had a particular co-host that broadcasted from the car, but never a guest on either version of this particular show. So yeah, Jason is the first. And
there you go.
Yeah. That's pretty damn good.
Now, next time, Jason, I expect you to be the first one to broadcast from a boat.
Okay. We can do that.
All right. I'm going to haul this best giveaway box away because that was just for the people who got here early for this.
Romper bumper, stomper boo, tell me do. Magic mirror, tell me today, did all my friends have fun at play?
Willis Crucius is here. Hooray! Robert Monroe Jr., happy Slabber Day. Shop for Comics. Good morning and afternoon. Only Slabs crew. The adventurous Joe swinging by. How happy day. Oh, happy day because it's Slabber Day. Jason comes by and he says, hey, this is where the cool kids are at.
It's true.
Yep. Steve, good afternoon, everyone. Steve, it looked like from some pictures I saw elsewhere, was at a car show this morning. Good. John's Comics for Kids, buckle up, y'all. Jason, the Southern Comic Geek, doesn't mess around. Be ready for that razzle dazzle. Maybe he's got a trick play up his sleeve. Who knows? Yeah. 25 Perez through the mail. Hello, everybody there. Marty Olechko, happy Slabber Day from Canada. Tito the Alien swinging by. House of L Comics. Hi, guys. Cliff on Comics. Let's get this party started. I've missed his inaugural episode this morning. I'm going to go watch it on the rewind with DJ Links of his Coffee with Cliff, I think it's called, or Cliff and Coffee. I don't even remember, but I remember seeing it was there, and I had to run out and take my car to the dealership, so I missed it. I'm sorry, Cliff. I'll watch the rewind, I swear. I promise. I'll know the name of your show next time. Jean Malot, good afternoon, everyone. Chris Bell, greetings, one and all. Meatwad number 1. Who's ready for some sexy slabbing comic book action? Yes.
I got
Chuck
that on
Hensey
t-shirt.
saying hello, everyone. Wayne Deacon, how you doing? Charmaine Deacon, hello. Dale Suspense, next week's guest on Only Slabs, checking in. Mad Spidey, never fear. Mad Spidey is here at, oh my God, it's early. Triple G Comics, good evening all from the UK checking in. The king of all nerds, Taylor Winder, letting us know about the breast box giveaway.
Wow, we're on the
Exactly.
wrong show, Rob. We gotta go.
Go back. Yeah. Well, Boar, how you doing? Let's see what else we got here going on. Let's see. Chop and Drop, how are you doing? To all the comic book family, our good man Dr. Von Hoot checking in. Good evening, all.
Yeah.
Marty Alechko starts it off. He says, "That's right. I will do my duty as I do every week. The first man in with that super chat going to benefit Comics Curing Cancer. Thank you so much. I have to remember to say we did that one and we did that one. So we'll start off with this one for you this week."
You know, I'm very conflicted about how I'm supposed to feel watching this.
PSN Green Hulkster checking in, saying hello. Chris the Comic Vet, he's here. Mrs. Von Hoots checking in. The Comic Book Consortium or Countdown. Comic Book Countdown, sorry. Pack Ripper Johnny.
Ooh.
How you doing? Let's see here. Ooh, Brother John swinging on through. And Johnny Five Alive, how you doing? Brian Wells swinging on through. Hey, and let's see here. Collecting with Durs, he's driving home at the moment, so he'll be checking back in with us shortly. Excellent. Let's see here, Tiago. So this is your first time in the car. Okay. He's doing it in an uncomfortable position, like the back of a Volkswagen.
Well, if we're referring to that, no, but okay. Some different.
Let's see here. We got Dr. Von Hoot drops the £5 super chat. Open my recent OnlySlabs win today. Transformers #1, baby. That's right. Out of the giveaway box, he got that first, the third print though, but still Transformers #1 from the original series. So phenomenal. This one, since I know Dr. Von Hoot likes his toys, this one's for you.
Bet she gives great helmet.
Kiss me. No. Lord helmet, what? You need it on the bridge, sir. Knock on my door. Knock next time.
Digger Jim 720, how you doing?
Jim.
Let's see here. Yeah, Jason's going to do some Uber. He's how he can make some money to pay for some comics at the same time. Yeah, that'd be great. I'm trying to scroll through. I want to make sure I don't miss anything. Oh, Buddy McKinley. Hello. How are you?
Welcome.
Let's see. Wow, 2 months. That's right. Here we go. Mark drop swing from Legion of Kong swinging on by. Phil Aileen, how you doing? Legion of Kong. Boom. I'm seeing. I want to make sure I get one. Oh, look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. DJ Link swings by. Says, "Hey, 16 months, yo."
It was a good show last night.
Oh, yeah. My goodness. Yeah, he reminds me. It's Coffee and Comics with Cliff. Got it. Thank you, sir.
On Cliff. Okay.
Shelby Thomason, how you doing? What's up, everybody? Southern's live from his limo.
Volkswagen.
That's true.
Let's see here. Man, a lot of people. So great seeing everybody turning out here. I'm trying to make sure I don't miss anybody because I got called out on it last week.
It's all good, bro.
Hector Ortiz. Hello, everyone. And I'm at the end of my feed. So I didn't see him, Chris. Did you?
Do we
Oh,
shout
and
out Kenneth? Don't call me
promiscuous-
Marty Bird.
Oh, thank
It's
you,
in a
thank you. And
Van
promiscuous
down
time
by
traveler.
the river.
All right, so did my best to make sure I got everybody. If I missed anybody, again, it's nothing personal. I'm very sorry. It happens sometimes. Anyways, with that, let's do our giveaway so we can get this show rolling here. We want to do our early bird giveaway for those folks that were here early and able to get that hashtag in. And the winner is Collecting with Nerds. All right, Chris.
All right.
Let's remove this.
You got it?
And
Okay.
yeah, I got it. I'm good. And there. Come on, and there. And there. All right. Chris, let's pull some books for Durs.
All right. Now, I feel like he's just that he's won recently. And shout out to Chris from Retro Rocket Comics, who's just said hello. I know we all know that he's a big fan of the Spawn verse. We'll see if we can get some of that cowboy, or probably the gunslinger that's in there. Let's go 3 from the front, 3 from the back. And Adam is pulling into his driveway.
Okay.
Let's let it ride. Stop. Those 2 books. Stop. And those 2 books.
Jason, just tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Okay. In front or behind?
Behind.
Behind, he says? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Watch your back.
All right, Durs. First up from the Yawn Twins, Love Town, signed by John and Matt Yuan. Yeah. Legend of the Dark Knight, #1.
Great cover on that one, Rob.
We got some Jimmy Olsen, issue 162. Some nice old Superman changed into his secret identity, and it's me. What? Savage Dragon, #1.
Love it.
First Barbaric, first Ricochet, first Johnny Nitro.
Awesome. Shout out to Wellbore that's joined us.
Union Jack, first issue.
Terrific.
Some Spider-Man. This is, of course, is this still McFarlane doing this?
Nope. I believe that's Larson.
Well, here's your second appearance of Doppelganger, first cover appearance of Doppelganger. And your banger book of of your pulls, a first issue featuring 6 first appearances. Alpha Flight, #1, first Puck, first Marina, first Thundra, first Madison Jeffries, first cameo of Wild Child, and first cameo of Gamma Flight.
Awesome. So it's like Chris prize tagged me last week. Send those to him. No, so Rob, send it to Adam. That's fine. He won straight up.
All right. Having done all that, let us bring over our guest, our premier attraction, if you will. Jason, welcome back to the show. And as you have pointed out, your first time here on OnlySlabs.
Yeah.
I can't believe it's been that long.
Well, I got to, I went back. I don't know how other people do it, but I go back to try to make sure I don't show the same book twice.
Right.
So I had gone back and verified that and realized that when I saw that. And the reason for my car, because I've had people texting me on my phone's up there to make sure it doesn't die while we're on this deal. But there was an artist that did a cover for a release recent Valiant book. So get ready to see some art, folks. And this is how it collects the OnlySlabs, besides the fact that this is the reason why I'm for my car, is that the artist did a cover recreation for Rise Zero. And I reached out to him when I saw his post on IG, and I reached out to him, and he said that he was donating half the money to the American Cancer Association. So,
We know something about that here.
yeah, so got to do a good deed and get some cool art too. So this is it.
That's terrific. You know, Jay,
Wow.
in my humble opinion, this is the most famous Valiant cover ever printed.
Certainly one of.
Outside of everyone, I know a lot of people enjoy Turok #1, but I'm just saying, I think this is the most famous cover that Valiant ever did.
Interestingly, I've come into 2 copies of that book recently that are now in the giveaway bin.
So are they the glossy or are they the matte cover? So there's 2 versions of it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But anyway, so that's
They're
that's
free
Kyle
to whoever wins them. You know,
So Kyle Willis done that. You can check him out on IG. He,
very awesome.
Did for a con, a comic shop that's down here in this area.
There you go. Legion says, did you ask him to donate through the C3 portal?
I should have, as much as I overall paid. When he told me half of it was going to the American Cancer Society, and he was my great grandfather died of cancer. He was a World War II veteran. Because my family had kids like young, I was benefited of knowing him and growing up around him, and of course he passed away from cancer. So
I'm sorry to hear that, but as long as we're on this topic, this segue, before we jump in, you show your first book. Let's just remind everybody, hey, there was a huge announcement yesterday regarding comics curing cancer and our appearance at Heroes Con. The first announcement of the to be sold exclusively at Heroes Convention booth 1769, the community art book, put together with lots of different art, put together by community artists, to using superheroes and associated type comic book content, inspired from the cancer research and people dealing with cancer, and families and all those different types of things that go into that to try to inspire discussion and provoke thought and everything on the topic, and most importantly, of course, raise money for comics curing cancer. This book will be $20 at the booth, and it is a phenomenal piece. 20 different artists came together. They're featuring art from a who's who. And if you are an artist watching this and you're thinking, my God, how come I didn't get invited? Well, don't worry. There'll be another volume that'll come out down the road. You can just ping Comics Curing Cancer, let us know you're interested, and we'll take that under consideration the next book that we go to release. So anyways, Comics Curing Cancer, there we are. Let's throw up this banner here to remind everybody who you are as you're talking, and they can find you. Of course, the links are down below, so you don't have to necessarily type out what's on the banner, but you're welcome to. The links down below, including Jason's link tree as well. So, all right. What'd you bring for us to start us off with today?
Well, you know what a good segue would have been was to bring my copy of Rise Zero.
I think you showed it, though.
Might have showed it.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Oh, boy.
So this is, of course, Fantastic Four 48. This is the upskirt. Watcher bearing all in the toga. And so
I'm glad you only lifted one hand and not both.
Low grade is always better than no grade. And so I've had a 49, so I've got to get a 50 now to complete the Trinity, so to speak. But
right.
Yep. This is one of those books that has just been slowly creeping down, whereas like a lot of books like tanked after inflation and all that kind of stuff hit the market bubble burst. This one just kind of slowly inched down, so I feel like I caught it near the bottom. So
yeah, I think that one it didn't come down, didn't crater, and because of the Fantastic Four movie talk, obviously is going to continue to keep it going. Of course, for anybody who doesn't know, just sees it's an old Fantastic Four book. Chris, if you would please.
Would you mind reading us what's on the right side of that blue label, Jay?
But of course, good sir. First appearance of Silver Surfer and Galactus cameo on the last page. Now, see, how does that count when Wolverines don't count? Just saying. Inhumans and Watcher appearance.
Big book.
Indeed.
It's a great way to start the show, Jay.
Yeah, agreed.
So we have another one. Fantastic 412.
Oh,
Great Scott!
This is a book that's been on my radar for a while, but it's pretty pricey. And of course, this is the first meeting. I think this is the first crossover of Hulk. First meeting of the Fantastic Four and the Incredible Hulk, Rick Jones, and Thunderbolt Ross appearance. And for notice on there, Hulk still only had 3 fingers.
oh,
Yeah, and a thumb. But anyway, so actually I picked this up at Louisville Comic Con a couple months ago. Bub with Bub's Comics was there and helped me negotiate the deal with the guy who didn't want to talk to me very, very much. So
Really?
wow.
well,
People do not like money.
well, yeah, I mean, it was a good bit that he had to come off of, and like if it's $50, that's one thing. But when you got to come off a couple hundred to get it within, fair market value these days, I'm like, why am I going to waste mine and your time when they're probably not going to move?
I know.
So-
I really, especially when you go, you feel bad because you got to come down a couple $100
Right.
to get the FMV, but if you only come to FMV, they're going to try to get you in the middle. It's like, I know I'm not. You just basically got to say, look, here's my bottom. That's it. I'm not. If you want it, great. Otherwise, I'm gone because I'm not going to play this game.
Yeah, and there's no harm, no foul. I mean,
Yeah.
you got what you got in the book, and you want to get for what you want to. I mean, that's fair. But this is where I'm at.
Right. Exactly.
So anyway, so that was one of those books, and he is funny because Bub just talked down. Oh man, it's a 1.0, covers detached. What he just talked it so down. He looked at me at the end of the deal. He said, "You still want this book?" I was like, I feel like I don't.
Why would you want it? Yeah. Exactly.
About talking.
That's great. Awesome. You want to play a game? Meet all vendors. Yeah. Mark is another king of those.
Yeah. Mark will trash talk them. So here we go. We got Sabretooth,
Foily.
Chromium Goodness,
Shout out to Cat Fan that's just joined us. Thanks, brother.
wraparound cover.
Ooh.
So
Gorgeous.
the cool thing about this, so for anybody that reads X-Men, this is kind of the culmination of several different storylines and like heading off into other ones as Sabretooth went into X Factor into the 90s where Wolverine had popped the claw in his head prior to the Age of Apocalypse. This is the culmination. But it asks the question is like, are some people past salvation, right? Like, are some people just naturally bad and there's no hope for them? Whereas the X-Men were trying to kind of rehabilitate Sabretooth. And so in this book, this is like what I like about Sabretooth when people write him this way, which is I don't want to be rehabilitated. I'm okay being bad. Sometimes people try to write him as an anti-hero and all this other. Now,
You already got Wolverine for that. You don't need
exactly. And so this is a Michael Golden cover, better known for Rogue, Micronauts, and other stuff. But Gary Frank, who is now doing, of course, the Ghost Machine stuff for Geiger, anyway. And so I actually own 9 pages from this book. 9 original art pages from this book.
Oh, wow, nice.
To include the scene where he slashes open Archangel's wings, which is, again, another point to where, his wings change back to regular feathers for those of you who read X-Men. So
Nice.
And in my trails in Austria a couple of weeks ago, I actually picked up a German copy of this.
David, reasons who were explained earlier. Yeah, it's a sound studio.
Yeah, something like that.
Biggie has solved all the answers that he had to sell his house, and there we are.
I'm like those people that peddle pets, like stray pets, free to good home in the Walmart parking lot. And it's like, hey, comics to a good home.
He's got a car and a trailer, and the trailer's filled with his collection, and that's it.
Yeah. Then we got
Here. Chris loves this story.
This is a great cover because this cover represents how much of a good leader Cyclops is. For those of you that are leaders in your own personal lives, I challenge you to drink the ocean to get your team out of trouble, like how young Cyclops here is. But that's the dedication Cyclops has to the X-Men. He will wipe out the ocean personally by drinking it all so no one suffers. That's a good leader right there.
Yeah, this is definitely one of those teaser covers where nothing happens, right? In this book for this, but this is 3.0 copy, origin, first appearance of the Phoenix, and I've got a British Pence copy of this one, and
Nice.
French Canadian copy of this one.
Yeah.
And there's one other kind I got, maybe just a French altogether. So, actually, some of the books I'm getting signed by Claremont. Some of those copies are already signed by Claremont, but that way I can get them one day, get them slabbity slab together.
Shout out to Joffrey that's just joined us as well.
Rafi Castro. All right, another book that was on my radar finally fell to new lows, so I was able to pick it up. Journey into Mystery 112.
Oh,
that where they're playing "Give Me That Hammer" on the cover.
Give me that hammer. Get over here. Look how happy Thor is in that little corner box right there. But classic Thor and Hulk battle, origin of Loki, Avengers, and Submariner appearance. So,
Jay, is this just a Stan Lee and a Jack Kirby offering, or are there other creators listed as well?
it's got Chick Stone on the cover, Vince Coletta.
Okay.
you got peanut butter in my hammer. You got hammer in my peanut butter.
Yeah.
Family
So
Guy. Yeah.
early battle between these guys, and I'm not a big fan of it's like in my mind this is later Hulk, so it shouldn't have been done. But I bought it. So I think it was was it last week or week before last? Y'all were talking to somebody about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're about to retire a few of those labels as well.
So Brian Wells is in here, so he'll know what this is. This is Shadow Man, number 16, the glow in the dark edition. So the regular one, you can pick up the regular one pretty easily. This is notice that artist in the middle there, his name?
Crane.
But that was back when he spelled it with a K, not a C. So, like he did in his early Shadow Man work with Valiant. But anyway, so this is the glow in the dark version. So a lot harder to get. It's definitely a ghost book. I was on the Valiant forums. Yeah, they still have those. And somebody put that they had one up. So it's kind of a, what do you call it? It's from a collection. But yeah, so I got it from this guy's collection.
Cool.
Was selling it there. But all
Great
right.
Crane.
And then we've got Mighty World of Marvel 198. So I actually teased this book. I think the first time I was on Slab Hub, but it was Raw. And we got to talking about Hulk 181. And then, of course, this is the British version of Hulk 181. I had since gotten this one slab.
Nice.
But the special thing about it is that is Herb Trimpe's Hulk face. Whereas the Hulk 181 has John Romita Sr.'s Hulk face. So.
Right. That's right. John Romita Sr. didn't like Hulk's face.
And so
but the Brits were privy to it before we were.
That's right. And similarly, with the king size Hulk, of course, Steranko's face got redrawn by Marie Severin, right? So the same thing happened here. But this is the, to my knowledge, I think this is the only foreign version that this actually has the Herb Trimpe face on it. And so I'm not sure why they didn't redraw it or resubmit it. Of course, you got some action with Tony the Tiger on the back.
There you go. Tony and Paratroopers.
That's right.
Jay, does it notify on there anything special about that being the Trimpe Hulk face?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, it just says contains the Hulk 181 story, United Kingdom, Herb Trimpe cover.
Okay.
Yep. So I got those done. Those are in the new CGC slabs, so they're a lot better than a big upgrade from what they had previous.
That's cool. I always love that you always have these a good assortment of foreign books in there. It's just kind of I love it with your fascination, especially with Hulk 181 and all your international variants. That's very cool.
Well, in picking out stuff, of course, I went back and watched the previous shows, like what have I picked out? And I think we've talked about this before, but, in shows like this, I can bring the Hulk one, I can bring, the big boy books, but everybody sees those, right? I want to show something a little bit different than maybe somebody goes, man, I'd like to get my hand on that. And I put something on somebody's want list, right?
Gotcha.
Well, that plus these are the books that are unique to your collecting.
Right.
And actually do the purpose of letting us get to know you through your collection.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff, that you would just, if I say, hey, I've got all of the Incredible Hulk 1 through current, well, I got a Hulk 1, but, and a 181, but, so this is a little bit variance.
Yeah.
And to be honest, usually when people come on for the first time, that's when they flex. When they come on the second and third time, that's when we get those incredibly interesting books like how we've been going down this journey today. But yeah, carry on.
So here is another one. Speaking of, this is the Spanish version of La Masa.
It would be great. Well, it would also totally insensitive if Hulk was had a little cape now. It was like, ole.
Some
or
of these
Luchador mask.
especially in Spanish, like some of the coloring on there is just so humorous to me too. But yeah, so this came out in 79.
I tell you, hold on. I just came with thank you. You inspired me. You know what we need? We need an artist to put together some community artists. This is an idea out there, you guys. You're gonna love this. We need Dr. Von Hoot in the Hulk position, with Magic Badger in the Wolverine position.
Oh, now there's an homage.
Yes, that's what we need. Yep. Sorry. All right.
That's a good one. eBay's calling you.
That's right.
Good. Well, the good thing about that particular book, Mr. Von Hoot, is that it's not that expensive. I think I paid $65 for a 9/8 slab. So, I mean, but you can find them in dollar bins.
Oh, yeah. Did that already. Yeah. This show has put many books into my collection.
So
most expensive show on YouTube for me.
Another one. This is Shadow Man number 2 from volume 3. This is the variant cover, the no price variant. This is again one of those ghost books. If you're a Valiant collector, it's one of those ghost books, and it too came out of the same collection I got the Crane version out of. So if anybody remembers the Shadow Man video game, this is the version of Shadow Man that's kind of portrayed in that video game, as opposed to what like newer collectors or even older ones might remember.
Hold on a second. So Dr. Von Hoot says yes, he needs that in his life. So any artist that wants to put that together for him, absolutely. And because we got another super chat there from our man. This one, here you go. This one's for you, sir. We'll give you the old classic.
So kind of a segue from that little clip there, I saw a joke today that somebody said, "Hey Siri," and so Siri says, "Don't call me Shirley."
Oh yeah, no, sorry. He's left. My Siri keeps calling me Shirley because I left my phone in airplane mode. Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Pretty good.
Yeah, Legion. Mark says it was a decent Nintendo 64 game. So there you
go. Oh, Jason has joined us. Never can figure it out.
Awesome.
All right. How about Incredible Hulk number 2?
Ooh. Yeah.
So this book carries with it kind of a story of sorts. So I bought this book. book. It was raw, but it had been cracked, and it had a purple label. And so they said, "Hey, it's been cracked. Here's a purple label. Full disclosure." So it wasn't like they told me it wasn't restored.
Right.
And so I reached out to Dustin, the comic book chiropractor, and said, "Hey, what can you do with it?" So we were sitting there saying our prayers and holding our fingers together, hoping that things would happen, and it didn't. So the next batch of books, he says, "Man, I'd really like to take another crack at that book. I think we can get it." So I said, "All right." So I sent it again, and they dinged me for it again. And so it's like, just forget it. It's a 1-0. It's mine. It's in the thing. It fits with the purple pants type of a deal. So we'll just go with it.
Yeah, sometimes you're just running the risk of actually just knocking it down even worse. So, especially when you're that low. I mean, I just had that happen on a ASM 5. Yeah, but
All right.
CGC lost a piece of the freaking cover.
Yeah, well, they've detached my covers before, so yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go. Thor 337. Now, this is a 9.2, but Chris, if you want to ask me what's in the middle of the label this time.
Ooh, yeah, look at that. Yeah, we got a Funky Bunch insert. All right. Jay, would you mind reading us what's on the middle of that blue insert?
It's a Mark Jewelers insert. So first appearance of Beta Ray Bill, obviously, but it's a Mark Jewelers version of this. So this was sold on or around a military base. And so it was only a smaller percentage of the percentage of newsstands at this time. And because it was on the military base, it wasn't exactly taken care of usually. And generally when you get Mark Jewelers, normally they're beat to, you know what. And so, yeah, got a 9.2 on this one.
So pardon me, Rob mentioned earlier, like, I like to think of myself as a historian for this show. And I think I've made mention about how popular this particular book is last week. Like, quickly scanning through a few shows here and there at work when I'm bored, it's no big secret that the first appearance of the Punisher / Jackal is the most popular book that's ever been shown on the show. Second is that book.
Okay.
That Beta Ray Bill has an incredible amount of love for all the collectors that have been on this show. And you would think it'd be ASM 300 or 181, either the Hulk or possibly Daredevil or even Batman. But that Beta Ray Bill shows up all the time. And it just goes to show that, hey man, horses get a lot of love, right?
Yeah. Well, and I think it's a good key, but it's not an expensive key.
You got it.
And he's a fun character. I think there's something to be said for like offshoot characters sometimes if they're done right. Like he's the offshoot of Thor, right? Spider-Man 2099. I don't know anybody who might like that, but if
well done, man. Well done.
But he's an offshoot character too. So anyway, but yeah, with the Mark Jewelers insert, I have I don't know. I'm going for broke this next month with going to Dallas and going to Heroes back to back like I am.
You hate money, huh?
Wow.
But I was hoping to go.
You really are in a limo.
I was hoping to go to Baltimore this year, and Walt Simonson and them are going to be there. I'd like to get my raw copy of this, or I might even because I bought it already graded, and maybe even get it knocked out.
Phenomenal. Are we getting close to about the halfway part soon, or I don't know? I haven't been counting.
We've got 4, 8. Yeah, about halfway.
Oh, okay, perfect. Well, then we'll pause right now, and we'll get ready to do our our giveaway. But first, let's say thank you to the Goon Squad members, who of course give so much every month, $4.99 a month. to be channel members and get some little special privileges, but all that goes to Comics Curing Cancer. So special thanks to Stephen C., Legion of Comics, DJ Links, Dr. Von Hoot's Comics from the Spiral Dimension, Dale of Suspense, Justin Birch Letters, Son of a Bruce, The Comic Viking, Comic Vet, Austin LeMay, Collecting with Durs, Mad Spidey, Brian LCS, Izzyverse NYC, Chuck Hensey, Comiverse, Deadman, Anachronic Comics, Colossus Collector, JG, Timo Hana, Daymares, Still Only 35 Cents, Cliff on Comics, Bearded Comic Bro, and Never Could Figure It Out. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate that. We'll say thank you to the henchmen in a bit, but first let's go ahead and throw that up there. Comics and Cars. Go ahead and throw that up there, and we'll do our next giveaway while everybody's entering that. A Son of a Bruce. It's the Bruce. Oh, okay, sorry. I lost track of my mind. While everyone's entering in their hashtag there for the win, Chris, what's coming up on the Comic Vet channel?
I just dropped my Comic Book Day haul a couple days ago. Up here in Canada, Fan Expo is going to be doing its big show at the end of August. And I'm thinking I'm going to start doing regular updates about this terrific con that's coming. They actually just announced Oscar winner Marissa Tomei is going to be one of the headliners at this year's big Fan Expo that takes place in Toronto. So I think I'm going to start talking about the list of people that are going to be appearing celebrity-wise. And then a week after that, start talking about Artist Alley and the big name artists and creators that are going to be there as well. The Ghost Machine crew are going to be showing up entirely for that. So I think that's something I'm going to try and explore and see if people are interested. But this Wednesday, it'll be Show Us What You Got, the live New Comic Book Day Hangout, where it's an open invitation for anyone that's watching to come on and show the new books that you picked up for New Comic Book Day or books that you just recently picked up for your PC. Thank you,
watch
Rob.
Chris try to corral cats.
Oh, it's
Jason, how about yourself? Anything coming up on your channel this next week?
Yeah, actually, I'm going to be going live tonight at 7. I think it's 7. Yeah,
7 p.m. Eastern.
7 p.m. Central.
Central.
So
Okay.
I'll be going live with Shelby Comics. We'll be simulcasting on each other's channels. So talking about Dallas Fan Expo, who we plan on meeting up with there. And what books we plan on getting signed, or if we're looking for any books to pick up, that type of stuff. So, yeah, Aunt May's going to be at that con too.
Is she? Okay.
Yeah. Phenomenal. All right. Well, let's go ahead and let's go ahead and give this a spin here. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Wheel
of
fish.
Let's got him.
Le Poisson. Le Poisson.
Oh,
Les Crucius. Congratulations, sir. All right. Let me go ahead and move this guy up here. We'll move this guy over here. And we'll grab the box again. All right. Jason, you'll be pulling books here for Les Crucius. He likes books that are free.
Yes.
So so you're doing well so far. 1 through 10 from the front, 1 through 10 from the back, or we'll just go back to front and you tell me when to stop.
All right, there we go. Yeah, so let's go 10 from the front.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay.
See, Rob, you counted like you never watched Sesame Street before.
I totally was thinking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I wasn't going
11,
to
12.
but I wasn't going to 11 and 12, and I didn't want to get in that rhythm.
All right, so 5 from the back. Is that lawful? So 10 from the back.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay.
All
3
right,
more books.
3 more books. All right. The last 3 in the back.
Okay. Chris, bonus book time.
Lucky. Stop. Towards the Great Wall. I was going to pick a number until I saw your your figure moving along there.
Hulk 1, with
Okay,
David
David
Nakayama.
Terrific.
Facsimile, First Talia Ghul.
All right, good book. Yeah.
Nice.
Jason pulled you Facsimile, Star Wars #1. The 1 per store variant, Kid Venom Origins.
Okay.
Nice.
Black Lightning, issue #4, the first Cyclotronic Man.
Head into a theater near you.
I was going to say that's the kind of name James Gunn loves. Let's be
Cyclotronic
honest.
Man, yeah.
That he just may show up somewhere.
We got G.I. Joe, issue 62.
Not a
And, nope, not in that one.
okay.
And Infinite Crisis #3, the first appearance of Jamie Reyes.
Nice.
So there you are. Congratulations, Lux Crucius. We'll get those on out to you. And with that, move that there and move that there. And there we are. Just like that. You're back center stage, the star of your own attraction.
Cat Fan is right. Ooh.
So, segue in from, let me take this out of the deal. But segue in from the last appearance, we have Nova #15. This is the Del Keown 1 in 50 variant. Big Del Keown fan, probably from my Hope love. But this is a 1 in 50. Yeah, it's a 9.8. It's one of those books. How many people were ordering enough to get 50 copies of Nova 15?
Right.
But,
Right.
it's but yeah, cool cover, Del Keown. But that's the main reason I bought it. I actually saw this book on eBay, and I got to looking at the seller's name. I go, I know this guy. So he's a guy I used to sell a lot on the YouTubes. Hadn't seen him out and about much, but he's in Texas. So I IG'd him to make a deal with him off of eBay. Yeah, trying to keep up with you, Russell. Trying to keep up with you, man. I'm actually down in Russell's neck of the woods. I'm actually down in, well, this is technically Mandeville, so I went by Showcase today, Russell. But there you go. Now, here's another story and another book.
Oh my.
So this is Dagar, the Desert Hawk, #19 from 1948. Now, this is one of the books that's mentioned in The Seduction of the Innocent, which is obviously one of its big calling cards. But you see this little stamp over here?
Mm-hmm.
What this stamp is, after World War II, Austria was divided into occupation zones.
Yep.
And so this was delivered to the U.S. occupation zone in Austria. And so that's where I bought it at, was in Austria when I was over there. So yeah, so I bought it in Austria. It was, star stamped with the occupation zone, and of course it's a Seduction of the Innocent book. So all reasons why I bought it.
That is terrific.
And picked this up. The Thorsten, or the Varangian Vigilante, actually helped me get to this shop, because in Austria, most everywhere you go is going to be on some kind of subway. You get off one and get onto the other. But some of you guys in these bigger cities, y'all are used to that type of stuff. Rule me, no, not so much. So he made sure I actually got to the comic shop in the right time and picked it up while I was there. So
very nice.
So I actually thought I was looking at this thing. I thought I had forgotten this particular book, but this is going with me to Heroes. Foon 2. This is a Steranko cover. I bet you, without even telling him, he's going to sign it here. Because anyone I've ever seen him sign, it's right here.
Between the legs.
Yep. So this is also got another big thing. Anybody know what this is? It's the first appearance of a character.
In Foom, I'm not sure. You're gonna have to read us the right side of that green label, then, Jay.
Well, it's not going to show on here because it's one of those debatable things. But it is. There you go. Immortal Biggie got it. It's Wolverine. So somebody wrote in with an idea for a character named Wolverine who has regenerative powers, has a mask similar to his, and this came out prior to Hulk 181 or 180. So, Roy Thomas says that didn't have nothing to do with his idea. Whatever. So there you go. But yeah, so it got a green label because the crossword puzzle was filled out on the second page.
God, of course it does. Because otherwise it would knock it down. Yeah.
Yeah. Mark said it too. First Wolverine. But so what I'm going to do is I'm going to crack it without them seeing it, and I'm going to get Steranko to sign it, and I'm going to see if they'll give me a green one this time. So.
And let's be honest, Steranko picks all the great spots to put his signature anyway.
Oh, and such a great signature too, right?
Yeah. I mean, he does take pride in that, and that's something I can appreciate looking at all the Frank Miller autographs that have been rolling across the show over the years.
the eggplant signature.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sometimes he places them in just the right spot too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, and you're like, you meant to do that.
You know what you're doing, you sophomore.
So I got this from a famous letterer that we know, Justin Birch.
Oh,
X-Men 129.
Oh,
this is a big in the sense of who it first appearance is, but Chris, there's something in the middle of that label there too.
Oh, it's one of those double special versions. Yeah.
So this was on the base because you can see the star stamp right there.
Yeah.
So for those who collect Mark Jewelers, that makes it a little more special when it was actually stamped. But so Justin had bought this. He had more than one copy. He bought this already slabbed. So he was clearing money up for trying to complete a Spider-Man run at that time. And so I got it cracked, and it went up a whole grade point. It was a 5.5 when I bought it. So
nice.
Terrific. Now, that's a first for this show. We've had, obviously, a number of Mark Jewelers come through, but none that have been recognized by the owner of the book that actually has the stamp on the cover to say it actually came from the base. That's terrific.
All righty. Well, let's show this one right here. TMNT number 3. So this one's a little special in a lot of ways. I bought this raw, so you see that it's already a 9.8 when I got it slabbed. And it's also got some little writing in the middle of that label there, Chris.
We're kind of getting we can't see because
we got the glare, Jay.
It says Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird written on the inside of the cover. So they were so known to sign this that CGC won't give it a green label. They'll just notate that it was written on the inside of the cover. Not to say that they're verifying the signature, but know that it's so common that they've done it, they don't green label these books. So the other big thing about this particular book is there was a guy in the YouTube community early on into the COVID reign that was selling books that is ripped off a whole bunch of people. I think the crap hit the fan with the Werewolf by Night first appearance of Moon Knight. He didn't send it to somebody. He was at one point he was robbing from Peter to pay Paul essentially, and then he ghosted everybody. You fell off the face of the earth. Fortunately for me, I never had that problem. So some people will recognize Jay Blitz, but Jay Blitz sold me this book raw, and at a great price. I got it before the climb, And then when I finally got around to getting it pressed and submitted, I was ecstatic that it came back a 9.8 on top of that. So
Yeah, that's incredible.
well, before I even said it, Biggie Shack said Blitz. I'm guessing you are correct.
Yeah. No.
All right, let's go with Detective Comics 411. Now we showed a reprint copy of this a while ago.
Oh, yeah.
Ow! And boom goes the dynamite.
This is a legit copy of the first appearance of Talia al Ghul. The other part about this is that this too was purchased off of YouTube from a guy that went by Lawman. So Harold, I think, was actually a divorce lawyer in real life, and had during COVID, like a lot of people, just kind of rekindled, their affection for comics and started clawing them out of his garage and realized he had a lot of bangers, So he started sending them off. Unfortunately, Lawman passed away a couple of years ago. He went in the hospital and for a routine thing, as I understand it, never came out. So yeah, this was out of his collection. So purchased this
Nice.
to kind of complete my Batman Rogues gallery. And so it's just an added bonus that it was his.
Nice. Yeah. I just recently got mine actually I picked up my copy from Brian Wells recently.
Oh, okay.
Not too long ago.
So you met Brian in person, I'm assuming. Since
Many times. Many times. I bought a lot of books from him since he's local in the area and usually at a lot of local shows I go to.
Well, you need to buy some of his Valiant comics.
No, I'm not that guy.
Yeah, not that guy. Okay.
But I've bought a good number of his 70s the Bronze Age horror books, and
yep.
Got that book, that Detective Comics from him. I just picked up my Marvel Spotlight on first Werewolf by Night from him. So we've done some business. It's a good guy.
Yeah, Matt, buddy. That's HGM Law. That's right. That's where it came from.
All right.
So,
yeah.
So I picked this book up raw. I was kind of disappointed with the grade. As big of a key this is, and as big it is to have the guy's signature on the front of it, I want to take a pause.
Yes, right? The O.J. Simpson boots, the dingo boots.
to mention the juice, because he has been set loose of life. That is. So yeah, New Titans #2, first appearance of Deathstroke. Slade Wilson, and this was witnessed by George Perez. So for those of you who know, Perez was doing last minute signings before he passed. Clam McDonald did one for CBCS, and then he was supposed to do one right after that for CGC. Unfortunately, he passed away before that one was done. A lot of people's books were there. That's why they came up with that Perez label. So these are among the last books that he ever signed, right? So these were in those Clam McDonald books. I have a couple of other ones that I got raw from him. My Infinity Gauntlet #1 that came back a 9.8. Yeah, it was one of them too. I've previously showed that one on this show, but this is one of them.
Jay, did you have this book cleaned and pressed before you had it sent in, or
yes.
Okay?
I did not get it cleaned and pressed by Dustin. I will not mention the presser's name though.
I think in California.
No.
Okay.
I've used him before. That I was done with him, so I was on to another one at that point, and that one didn't work out either.
So, Jay, we do have a good question here from Thiago. Jason, do you plan on cracking the CBCS signature slabs and sending them to CGC, at least your favorites? Because we all know now that they are now verifying signatures, right?
No, because that's not me. As far as paying all that money just to be it's in a CGC slab, because actually the new ones with the little white mark where the grade is, I actually like them cases better. I think they're better cases. They're certainly less prone to break. And so I'm not keeping it for an investment. And so I guess if it was a really, really big book and there was like a sizable difference between it being in a CBCS slab as opposed to a CGC slab, maybe so if I was planning to sell it, but no otherwise. And really it's the market is still too early to tell what the market's going to do and how it's going to treat that as opposed to a regular CGC witness, right? So we'll see.
Yeah, signature books are always just a interesting, completely different beast than unsigned books, because there are, in addition to your CBCS and CGC things, there's the fact of whether the person cares about signatures, and some people only want signatures on books if they got the signature, and some people don't care, they want the book signed because it was a special person or whatever the case is. So it's a whole different ball wax. And those of that subset then who do want the signatures, do they care about
Right.
about the CGC or CBCS? So yeah, I'm with you on it. It's like the only ones I've done recently were the ones I did as part of the PGX conversion, where I had them cracked out of PGX slabs and re-authenticated by CBCS. But I think that's a different scenario there.
Well, yeah. I mean, and if it was a case where it was an old CBCS, like with the pink label, they didn't call it pink.
Oh,
pink.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
get rid of that. Yeah. Okay. Well, maybe I'll send it into CGC just because the case is okay, you know? So
Awesome. All right.
all right, next book. Now, I've had this book before. I sold it. The last one I had was a purple label, and then I got this one. So,
Yeah.
Oh, God, Peter hit me.
Yeah.
Ow!
so this is one of those cases where, you know, so the other one I had was a 2.5 purple label, whereas this is a 1.0 regular label. But it's one of those 1.0s that just present so well. You're like, you know, you just kind of forget that that's even up there, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I'm assuming that because I can see the tape residue, I'm assuming it's got a split spine.
right. Mm-hmm. And it's got a nice little David Trotter pedigree for whatever that's worth. Little stamp there. But yeah, so I actually bought this off of Hakes auctions. I had bid on it and forgot I had bid on it. And then I get a notification that says, "Oh, congratulations, you won. We're fixed to charge your card for it." I'm like, "What?" I forgot all about this.
Yeah, it does present very, very well. The colors are still very bright on it.
Yeah, and it's you see that, yeah, you see the tape on the back.
Yeah.
A lot better.
Yeah.
But just one of those things.
I actually got one recently where I didn't even, it was already slabbed, and it wasn't, I looked at the grader's notes, or it said you didn't see the tape because the person had used the tape on the inside cover to the book. And so it actually presents
better.
Yeah, it presents even better. It got the ding for having tape, but you're like, oh yeah, but okay, I can't see it. So
Yeah, so I don't care, right? Yeah, exactly. Okay, so here we go with a much since then. I think this is the first time this particular artist ever used this concept, but he has overused it to in my opinionation. Invincible number 1, 9/8.
I feel that's a fair assessment, Jay, because this book obviously was like incredibly hot during COVID, and now this style is just everywhere. You're absolutely correct.
So this is my free copy. Because for those of you who don't know, Whatnot, this is the one that they did for Whatnot sellers. My name is on the back here. If you look for Southern Comic Geek, you'll see it on there. And because I was one of the first one of the first Whatnot sellers, rather. And so they sent me this one and a virgin copy of it. And I eventually got it slabbed. So
nice.
That's great.
Yeah,
man.
those things I remember they were crazy hot. And
oh yeah.
But yeah, you're right. I mean, I just got a Superman version in a mystery box from Roscoe last week.
Hey, so yeah, Houdat does point out he is on here as well, and also another community member, Chad RCG, who is going on as well. So
nice.
He passed away last year, I guess. So then we've got God Country number 1.
Oh,
this is the pool box, right? No, the 25th anniversary sketch edition. So this was coming from the from the blind box set that they did for this. So this is Donnie Cates when he knows how to close out a story. So, just give him 6 issues and let him do that versus giving him too much of Hulk. Or I think by then he's already on pain meds. Reason why he tried to make Starship Hulk. But that's another thing altogether. But yeah, so God Country was such a great book. Definitely recommend it if anybody hasn't already read it. If anybody has dealt with having children and or having dealt with loved ones that have had Alzheimer's, you can really relate to it. To answer your question, I think that's a Jeff Shaw. No, it's a Geraldo Zaffino cover.
Zaffino it is.
Ah, look at that. Dale already knew.
Nice.
Dale already knew. Okie dokie. We got Fantastic Four number 112.
Ooh.
Oh, classic cover.
So just great, nice cover. Great blacks. Presented well. I bought this already slab. Look at that 50 white pager. And it just presented so well. A very affordable copy of this for a 50 there. I kind of rambled on. I should have just stuck with.
Enough said.
So
who do we all, including the chat, who do we all think is actually landing the first blow? Ben with the right cross there, or the Hulk like smashing down on Ben?
Of course, remember, it's not how you start; it's how you finish, right?
Yeah, I kind of think Ben's probably going to get the first.
I think Dan's going. Thing's going to get the first one, and after that, it's quite.
And then here's your right hook, and now you're about to get smashed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dale seeing the Hulk.
My book. Go with the orange guy.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Everybody just remembers the cover. They don't remember anything about the story, really. But
Well, there's several of those kind of battle books, like battle book covers and they always like to do them on the black covers. What's up with that?
Yeah.
Right. Well, of course, back then they didn't think nothing about collectability. These were throwaway things, right? But now you're like, they're the bane of collectors' existences.
Well, especially on the modern paper, the all black cover on modern paper. It's like, it's just half the time it's damaged before they even open up the box of books from.
That is correct, Amundo. All right. Well, I got 2 more slabs.
All right, let's do it.
All right. This one is Batman 234.
Oh, I was just talking about this last night. This is on my list of books I need to get to finish my Rogues 5.0 white. Nice.
And 50 white pages. And it is signed by Neil Adams and Denny O'Neil right here.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
So I already had a copy of this, but it was not signed. I actually bought my original copy from Discovery Bay Comics. And JB had sold me that, and it was fine for what it was. Well, then I noticed a YouTuber one night selling this one, which I like signatures that had Neil Adams and Denny O'Neil's signature. The kicker that kind of put me over the deal was that this same YouTuber was going to go to a con like 2 weeks from then, and Joe Giella was going to be there. And he said, if you buy it, I'll get Joe Giella to sign it, and then I'll send it directly to CBCS for you or whatever like that. And I'm like, let's do it. Well, because the problem with that is that he ended up not going to that con. And he, of course, he was already old at that time and ended up not going to the con. And then, of course, I don't know that he ever went to another con period because it was like 6 months later or something he passed. So,
yeah.
So there is that. So alas, it was not in the cards for me to have that book triple signed, but it would have been nice. All right. Ready?
Here we are. We're there.
This is another multiple, probably overused concept that John Tyler Christopher has done at this point with Negative Space. But this is probably one of his earliest, and definitely one, if not the favorite of mine. And that is from Uncanny X-Men 21. This is the Rogue cover.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
So I actually like this one better than the J. Scott Campbell one, which I also own. But it's just fantastico.
Yeah, that's great.
And I had went to this was in 2020. Of course, the height of the pandemic. CBCS says, hey, we're changing our books. I said, all right, well, I'm going to send some books with you that I got signed at that con, and I'm going to send this book right here, which was Raw at the time. And it took them forever for them to send me that book back, but finally got it back, and I was like, well, 9.8, at least that's a consolation that it took me forever to get it back.
It didn't take forever to come back in 9.4.
Right?
You're like, oh, no, you couldn't even give me the 9.6 on a modern. You gave me a 9.4.
Yeah. I kind of wonder if I got a pity grade, but I'm okay with that. Like
it wasn't for pity grade and pity sex. I'd have.
Yeah, you do what you got to do.
Hey, you know what the difference between sex and pity sex is, right? Nothing.
The end result is true. That's true.
Thank you, Cliff. It was a great Rogue cover.
Oh, phenomenal. Thank you, Jason. That was an excellent batch of books there. We appreciate you bringing those on for us and having the foresight to load them into the car and bring them with you, knowing that you would not make a round trip back home in time. So we appreciate you going that extra mile for us.
Well, hey, I appreciate you having me on the show today, and it's always fun to share some books and share some stories with the books. The from the hunt or who you got the book from and all that kind of stuff with it. Yeah.
Well, before we do our final giveaway here, I'm going to let the credits roll here for our henchmen, letting them know you guys making this happen. Mad Spidey says, now you can hand the candy out. All right, everybody who's been hanging around, and I even see some of you guys throwing up the hashtag thinking that you figured me out. Well, it's Banger Party. So there, deal with it.
I thought about setting something out there, but
hashtag Banger Party. We're going to get do another giveaway, our final giveaway of the show. Of course, tune in tonight, Mad Spidey's Outback, as we restock after having 2 weeks worth come out of this box. It means we got to throw about like 40 books back into this box. You get preview of what's going in there. For myself this week, Thursday I dropped a video of Roscoe's mystery box. That's out there. Monday's mail call, I just got done getting that ready. I practically stole a major key recently. I didn't actually steal it, but practically stole it. And that story and how the business responded to when they realized that they screwed up. That story, everything, Monday mail call. And then this week on Thursday, I have it right here, ready to be unboxed and shoot the video. Part 3 in PGX conversion therapy. This is the 6 Silver Age lower mid-grade Spider-Man books that are sent in that were PGX slabs originally and went to CGC, and we're going to find out how they came back. The grades stay the same. We've so far with the modern books, they've stayed flat. Are we going to stay that way with these Silver Age mid-grade books, Are we going to find any restored books in the lot that weren't caught before? Well, you have to tune in Thursday to check that out. Ugh. Then, of course, finally, this coming Saturday, we're back again with OnlySlabs with Dale of Suspense joining us. He's showing off one sexy book right there in that picture, that 2099 Hulk. So there you are. Dale of Suspense next week, guys. Thank you for that. Of course, make sure you're following Comics Curing Cancer on Instagram. Comics Curing Cancer. Guys, more information and news coming out all the time about what's going on. This is now we start to do our major ramp up. We've had some little stuff going on. Obviously, Heroes Con's coming up. We have some more announcements to drop about what's going on at Heroes Con, and then it's time for us to start ramping up and start getting the donations in and start doing all our stuff that we do, so we can be ready in October. So, thank you guys. All that. Start thinking. What do you have? How do you want to help out? What are you going to donate and participate? So, and we'll be announcing more information about the format and everything else. All right. That's given us some time. We got 43 out of 48 people here have entered in. So I'm going to go ahead and spin it in 3, 2, 1. Banger party. I should have like Miley Cyrus singing or something, right? Bangers party?
Please no.
Is that
Please
no?
no.
All right.
I don't know. I listen
For
to
the love
talk.
of God.
Let's
No way! Double up. Winner.
Wow.
This Crucius is back in his
Wow.
winning ways. Hello.
Let
All
the
right.
hate pour in.
Hashtag rigged. Yeah.
All right. So
It's true.
is,
This is true.
is it really a competition? Oh wait. Oh.
I'm just
Sorry.
saying I was done first, and mine's the American version. Okay, let's go.
Being done first, does that really matter? Let's ask our wives.
Yeah.
All right. So
I don't
Crucius,
have one.
as we've said, likes free books. Like he doesn't dislike the books he got before, but let's see if we can't get him something even better. I forget. It's Chris, your turn to pick. That's
Sure.
right. So let's go. I'll move so you can see. You can let me know
right.
what you want.
Let's go 4 from the front and 4 from the rear.
Oops. Okay. And 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. Oh, we got a +4.
Wow.
So, yeah. So let's pull the 4 and then 4. We got 8 more books.
Okay, let's let it ride. Stop. Those 2 books. Stop. Those 2 books. Stop. Those 2 books. And Rob, the last last 2 books in the box toward the wall.
All right.
Watch your back.
Whew. Let's see what we got here. Uh-huh. I'm making it so this will be fun. All right, let's do it. Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, sure. You can have little candy. I'm
right.
sorry.
Oh, you're
So
not
here we
muted,
go.
Jay. You're not muted.
Here we go. Oh yeah, still no Iron Man emoji. You're right. There isn't one, Dale, because I thought I could add one, but it turns out that the membership count isn't high enough to add one more yet. So, sorry. Let's see. We have you had Birds of Prey issue 24, but I do have that Iron Man emoji ready to go. This is the book that gets you your +4 books, and it still has Pokemon cards. That one's been in there for a while.
Oh,
So there you are. This one I just put in here to snuck this one in. This is was an exclusive I picked up at Shortboxed Live. It is a pen and ink version of Grimm issue 1.
terrific.
We got Jimmy Olsen's pal, or Superman's pal, Jimmy Olsen. 132. So here we got Jimmy Olsen selling out Superman to the crime lords.
Yeah, because they'd be able to drag him away. Like, come on.
Superboy 166.
There's something going on his head.
We have Marvel Comics presents Wolverine 95, the origin of the yellow and blue suit.
Some Sam Keith work on the cover there.
Spawn 311, the 1-in-5 Bozeman ratio variants.
Awesome.
With a little Black Panther mask there. Captain America 334. Lamar Hoskins becomes Bucky Barnes and a second John Walker as Captain America.
Ooh.
Okay. The first Bill Foster, who becomes the Black Goliath, and first Sons of the Serpent.
Nowadays, we just call him Goliath.
In Avengers issue 32. Superman of Steel 18. This is the first appearance of Doomsday. And
later printing?
No, it doesn't. I believe this is the first printing.
Why, Rob? Why?
Oh, we saved that for now.
Oh, great.
The Mighty Thor, issue 133. The first appearance of Ego, the first Count Tagar, and the second Hela.
Oh my.
I don't know why that's in there. That's
best giveaway box ever. That's right. The Scrooge's best giveaway box. There you go. So congratulations, Les Crucius. You're gonna get
congratulations,
a big package coming your way.
First,
that's what she said.
Bloody ego. Like, my God.
That's what he said.
Oh,
when she says it, that's something different.
Yeah, it could be. We're in 2024.
That's when
Yeah.
that's Peggy Carter.
There you go.
Get it? Yeah, there you go. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming on out today and joining us on this another innuendo-filled episode. Prayers for Chris's mental health. There you go. Appreciate you guys coming out, and of course, yes, check out that amazing piece of art. That is the reason why he's in his car today. He had to go pick that up.
It's an incredible Rise Zero. Love it.
Absolutely. All right. Until let's see, what do we got? Anything else I got to talk about? No, we said that. I said hello. We said goodbye. We're neither here nor there. Like bears in their underwear. What? I don't know. It rhymed. All right. Until next time, collect what you want. Don't listen to anybody, including me. Fat man with a fat stack of comics and a fat opinion. Thanks for watching.